What's up, guys? It's the Poetry Kid here with another Jeep Journal. Again, I'm late. Didn't have time to make anything or do anything this weekend. I was spending a lot of time with friends, cherishing my time with them, and checking up on them, keeping their head above water as well as mine. But today, I want to talk more about anxiety, and instead of like sitting here writing down how I feel about just the word, the term, the action, the verb, whatever you want to call it, of anxiety, I just want to speak from the heart instead of like reading it and writing it down. My anxiety is extremely bad. It keeps me from doing a whole lot of things that maybe that I want to do, but are scared to do because of how I think I'm going to react because of my anxiety. I'm anxious in every situation, whether it be something I'm knowledgeable about or something that I have no idea what I'm doing. For example, I'm not a great public speaker, but I could tell you numerous songs that I know every word to, that I would be able to sing right now if they played on my auxiliary cord. But I stand up in front of people, a group of people, and you ask me the same question, and I'm gonna freeze up. Stage fright, anxiety. I don't know. I'm not good at it, but I know I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one that has crazy anxiety issues. Like this past year, or this year rather, I actually had a panic attack, and I've never had that. Never have been even close to having one of those before. But everything weighs in on me, and I don't know how to escape anxiety. Because we do things to escape depression and stress. We have those things that we latch onto, but how do you escape anxiety? Because depression turns into a lifestyle, and stress is something that occurs throughout that lifestyle. But anxiety is a constant, fly just buzzing around your head, and you don't know how to attack, with a fly swatter, or we just try to kill it. You just want to kill it, get rid of it. But in reality, there's going to be so many more flies around. There's going to be just groups of them come in at once, because once you see one, you start to see a lot of them. And that's how anxiety works. You get anxious about one thing, then you start to get anxious about another, and more and more. And that's an issue for me, a big issue rather. Even the things that I'm good at, I'm still anxious about it. I get anxious to make these videos. And it affects the way that I talk to people, and it affects the way I treat myself. Anxiety has always affected the way I treated myself and did things for myself. And again, I know I'm not the only one that has that issue. We place fear in a category of its own, but don't ever think about the roots and the stem that come with this fear. Anxiety is a major one that I can tell you personal stories, countless personal stories that I've dealt with, and that anxiety was the stem of depression, stress, any other mental issue that we have as humans. And I don't think a lot of people understand what anxiety can do to somebody. What drives them to be the best version of themselves day in and day out. What is it? Everybody has their own, but anxiety can take every ounce of that away. Every ounce of gratitude, every ounce of belief, every ounce of faith you have, and just rip it from you. Because of the anxiety implements a voice inside of your head that you can't necessarily control, regardless of what your mind state, what your mindset is, because it's always going to be there chirping at you. One of the pastors here in my town recently spoke about those negative thoughts, and I spoke up about it because I had that issue myself, and I wanted other people to maybe get some advice from me. But sometimes you can't help those negative voices. Sometimes those anxiety calls destroy us, and it's destroyed me numerous times. It's kept me from doing a lot of things that could probably help me in the long run. But that's also something that I have to deal with. That's also the cards I played at the time being. And you live and you learn. Whether you be dealing with anxiety day in or every other day, it's hard to deal with. It's extremely hard to deal with. I know my family deals with it a lot, whether they want to talk about it or not. I've spent countless hours explaining to my brothers on how it affects me. But they don't understand because it affects me differently than it affects them. But they look down on me for it in a way that causes more stress on my end because they don't understand. When I explain my anxiety to someone that doesn't understand it, it's demoralizing. When you explain your depression to someone that doesn't understand it, it's demoralizing. When you explain anything to somebody that you want them to understand, you want them to know your perception of whatever the topic is, and they don't understand it, it'll always be demoralizing. And that is why that I struggle making friends. That is why people in general struggle making friends. It's difficult in this generation because we're scared to open up anymore because of anxiety. We're scared to be outgoing because of anxiety. We're scared to be ourselves because of anxiety. Scared to do a lot of things because of anxiety, man. It's not just fear. Don't let them fool you. Don't get them mixed up. Don't ever get it twisted, man. There's two different things. They at times can fall hand in hand, but make sure you see that line. It's because of anxiety, man. A lot of things are because of anxiety. I appreciate you guys. I hope you guys got something from this. Again, comment. You guys message me, email, whatever. If you have any questions, want to talk about things, asking for advice. I appreciate you guys.